You want to do something fun? You want to go to Taco Bell?
Oh my God!
Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't shoot their husbands.
Speaking of illegal, have you ever, committed a crime?
Yes. One time I stole red underwear from the department store. My mother wouldn't buy them for me. She said they were Satan's panties.
Having a girls' night tonight.
Girls' night? What does that entail?
Well, you know, girls get together, hang out, share girl talk.
I'm a girl.
Come on.
Girls' night, girls' night.
Yes, hello and welcome. It is Girls' Night yet again on Inside the Booth. Woot woot. I'm telling you what, that intro, I smile every time. It is a few of my favorite snippets on television and in the movies. Miss Congeniality, so many good lines, so difficult to choose from, but that scene every time. But so glad that everybody's here and welcome you as you come into the booth. We're going to have a good time tonight. Girls' Night, not just for the ladies. We have quite a few male fans of Girls' Night, and that thrills me. I'm excited about that. So if you're here, make your presence known. We want to see you in the chat and say hello and just happy to see you. Hope you are having a great day this Monday, Tuesday. My days are confused. Kind of felt like a Monday today. I hope everybody else had more of a Tuesday than a Monday, but anyway, we got that. We have an awesome panel for tonight, but of course, please be sure before I introduce them to hit the like button. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We do all kinds of awesome stuff here, like movie reviews all the time. Sometimes we just sit and chat about nerd stuff because that's what we do here. The best kind of people are the nerd people. Am I right? Am I right? I think I'm pretty right on that matter. And to help me out and to solidify my opinion is the one and only Maria, the Geeky Crochet, Unlocking Lore. How you doing, Maria? Welcome back to Girls' Night.
Woohoo! Girls' Night! Girls' Night! Oh, yes. I'm always happy to be on Girls' Night because it's so much fun, you know? And like you said, it's not just for girls. I mean, last time it was very controversial, actually, but it was good. It was.
Yeah. We were talking about cringe manly movies in the month of June. Yeah. Not hating on the men, just on the movies. Yes. And it was a very enlightening conversation between the ladies that were here and the chat itself. Yeah. And we're not going to touch that tonight. We're just off the table. But if you're curious about the shots fired and all that kind of stuff, please be sure to check out our playlist for Girls' Night. We've had several episodes, but I'm telling you, a cringe manly macho movie night.
that was fire. That was fire.
It was good. It was
it was really good.
Yeah, I love Girls' Night. So, Maria, of course, you've been here before, but you do host several different shows. You quickly tell us about what you do.
Yeah, so I am the co-host of our own show. I'm going to put this down because I do have my t-shirt of After the Weekend with my wonderful co-host R to the Icky and JT. Yesterday we had a hangout with a few friends. We did some video,
I missed it.
Games.
I did.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it was Ryan and Tom and R2, so it was
so nobody special.
Surrounded. I was surrounded with men. I was surrounded with men. I mean, that's it. Okay. So
another reason to love Girls' Night. You ever notice that when we get invited on shows, it's always just dudes?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And if I'm not at After the Weekend, usually it's guys' night. I'm okay. Well, anyway, I still love my co-hosts. They're great people. I also host a show called Unlocking Lore, which is right now on standby because I have been really busy these last couple of weeks. So that is my own storytelling podcast, live stream, da 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 da. But I do have some stuff like lined up, you know, some really interesting interviews with people, authors, and yeah. Nice. So hopefully I will be able to do that this week, since I do have some time on my hands.
Yeah, you're busy. You have been a busy bee. Well, so the links to Maria's Twitter handle and to her YouTube channel are in the description box below, and it should be fun tonight. So I was saying earlier that every time I get invited onto a show, I typically am the only female there, but I had a breakthrough the other night. I was on Tim Possible's channel celebrating Tim's over 700 subscribers. And I was so thankful that the beautiful and wonderful Megan Lee, the Noob Reviews, was there. I was like, it's not just me. There was another lady there too. I didn't really know her. There was 3 of us. And it was just so great to see more of us coming on there. And I was just like, oh, Megan's here. I didn't really know Megan, but I know of Megan.
Yeah. I went on and I like you said, you get invited on these shows and it's all dudes.
Oh, guys. Like, where
it's
are
all dudes.
I know they're out there. I see them. But somehow we never get together, you know. But you know, that is an interesting dynamic. Have you ever, and we're not tangent here, we'll get to Megan's stuff in a second, but have you ever noticed that when it comes to movies and TV shows, that seems to be the workable formula, is that men always outnumber women.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not equal, it's always men outnumber women. And I think that's just because sometimes women have a hard time getting along.
It's true. I mean,
I'm just saying, you look at like Seinfeld, you look at shows like Stargate SG-1, and you really could look at anything, unless it is a specifically female show like The Facts of Life or something like that. It's pretty much. Well,
it happens.
It happens. But anyway. So, Megan, tell us about yourself and what you do on your channel, the Noob Reviews.
So I review comic books right now. I am a complete and total pop culture noob. I know nothing, and that is what I'm doing as somebody who knows nothing reviewing. It's an interesting take, but it's a lot of fun. And in comic book world, there's a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's true. And it's not that we women do not like. It's not like we don't like comics. We love comics.
No,
but I have a drawer full. My favorite being X-Force. Yes.
My favorite is X-Men.
Oh man.
I mean, everybody likes X-Men. No, I was just introduced to X-Force before X-Men, and so I just gravitated there. Siren was my favorite. I did love Shatterstar. He was just so funny because he's kind of like Thor in that he speaks English, but he doesn't speak like normal everyday stuff. So he's like playing hide and seek with Siren.
He
gets her and he's like, "Tag, you're the one," and she's like, "It star, I'm it," stuff like that. So I watched a couple of your videos recently, and it was just kind of fun to sit and listen to, right? Like, it's easy listening. Aww. And it was fun. I like your take on the Donald Duck one with the nephews, and they're looking for a Pegasus and all this kind of stuff, and you're just like, why would they even believe Scrooge? Like, he's already done this. You know, he's already ripped them off this one time. Now he's doing this. Like, how stupid could these nephews be? But
it was cute. Like, I love finding all those cute older comics, like from the 50s, 60s, 70s. You know, that people they're kind of forgotten. And I guess I'm an old soul, so like I like them a lot.
Oh yeah, we have a whole bunch. Like, we actually have the comic like books, like they're like this thick. They're short, thick,
very
with
cool.
A bunch of stories in them. And we keep those. They're near and dear to our heart because I don't seem to really, unless you're in the airport, I really don't see them anymore. I typically, like, if I'm going to Germany to visit my family, I will find them. They're English and German.
Yeah, they're more popular in Europe. Yeah.
Who knows why, since they're American characters, but that's just the long and short of it. So the links to Megan's user handle, to her Twitter handle and her channel as well are in the description box below, as well as many other ways that you can find to support inside the booth. If you like Ladies Night, Girls Night, then feel free to flash some cash our way. We'll try to entertain you as wholesomely as we possibly can.
Yes.
That being said, so if you saw the thumbnail, saw the description for tonight's show, we are talking about costumes, the best and worst in cinema history. Now I'm going to go really heavy. Like I kind of went really heavy with that, saying the best and the worst. It's subjective, you know, to each person. So that's one thing I love about Girls' Night is the fact that, you know, we all have a different take. And some of these, I have to say, I kind of listed, when I wrote down my notes, I was like, my top favorite costumes. And I'm like, they're not really, a lot of these aren't really my favorite costume. It's just they're so iconic. So it's going to be a little bit of back and forth between favorites versus iconic. We're going to go for our favorites, or the most iconic in a good, positive way first, and we'll make our rounds. I'll go first. Actually, I want to quickly just kind of list. I just figured this would just help people out as well. I was going to list stuff because when I invited you, I said, you know, maybe did they make or break the franchise? And again, that's kind of heavy, you know. So I was thinking one costume that came to mind, that just throwing this out here for people to get an understanding of what we're doing, was Princess Leia and the gold bikini. Like, what a staple for Star Wars. Am I right?
Yes.
Like that, it's just like that. I don't, between that, honestly, and like her, it's not really her costume, but like her cinnamon bun hairdo. It's like, it's almost like if you could merge those two together, like that would be female Star Wars in a nutshell. It is a pretty awesome costume for how much there is of it, but you know, she did look absolutely beautiful in it, despite besides the boots. You know, I'm not gonna really advertise that boots go with bikinis. Not that I really advertise, you know, that people go out and about wearing stuff that is revealing, but they were practical, right? Like bikini, you know, she was hot, and then she's wearing boots. You know, that had I don't know about that. Like it just seems really, really strange. But
well, they were going for futuristic, so remember when it was done?
She wasn't wearing any underwear under that because George Lucas told her that in the future we would not be wearing underwear. Total guy play. Can you believe it? But anyway, so I was
remember thinking, this is a wholesome.
Right, I'm stating a fact. I wasn't going to go any further than that, but I was also going to list like Mr. T. He's not my favorite, but I was also going to list like as far as iconic stuff. If anybody's familiar with the A-Team, like man, Mr. T. He just his costume was just jewelry and feathers, man. But so I'm going to go ahead and list one of my favorites, one that I think just looked really great. Helps the movie out, helped the like I don't know say the franchise, but the character itself has got to be Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman outfit.
Oh, gorgeous.
Because it was beautiful, but it was practical at the same time. You know, no hate to Linda Carter back in the day, but let's just be real. All we're looking at is down south when she comes on scene. Even I am, because it's like, whoa. I mean, she's really beautiful. Good. And she did look very much like, you know, Wonder Woman from the comic books. So, I mean, dead on. She looked fantastic. She looked like that character. But, you know, as movies have taken on this more realistic kind of aspect, even though they're superheroes and they're not realistic anyway, is the fact that that outfit was just so well made. You know, the colors weren't too vibrant, and it did look like a suit of armor for a woman in a fantasy kind of way. You know, it obviously it wasn't practical in a real world sense. Let's just be real. But she's superhuman. She needs to be able to, you know, maneuver around and jump through buildings the way that she can. So that would have to be my first one that I would go, that I'd say it's like that is a really awesome choice. Like I know that they doing a little bit of research, they did work very hard on her costume to try to make it beautiful, practical, but at the same time, you know, comic book worthy. And that can be really difficult to do. I mean, again, being real, comic books, trying to take something that's absolutely ludicrous, if you will, in the real world, you know, all these superpowers, all these capabilities, it's not realistic. It's out there, and try to make that into a practical application that's entertaining but believable. That's and I love her shoes. The fact that she was wearing wedges was fantastic.
Mhm.
So
That's
she would
great.
she'd be my first, where I'm like,
Mhm.
good job. Like, I think they did Wonder Woman justice. She wasn't just this hot chick. She
Mhm.
was, but
Apart from
you know,
that,
but apart from that, she was beautiful and powerful in that
Mhm.
outfit at the same time. So.
well, I just want to hop on to what you said, because obviously, the changes between the Zack Snyder cut and the other director's cut, which was in 2017, they changed like the colors really matter. So and the fact that DC, so Marvel takes a more comic, comedy relief edge for their movies, whereas DC has taken a more serious tone
Darker,
to all their.
grittier.
Yes. So first of all, I really like that costume. Yes, especially the Zack Snyder cut. The tones of it really hit on, and like you said, it's really beautiful. So I just wanted to like add on to that.
Oh yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
my first pick is one of my favorite, most iconic dresses that I have seen in a very long while. And as you guys know, I'm going to be studying production design in theater, and we see all the designs of costume and makeup and hair, like the whole feel of the theater. And I just love all this stuff. So I'm going to share my first dress that I fell in love. It's right there. All you have to do is, pop up. So it is Cinderella's dress.
Oh my! From the live action.
From the live action.
Wow.
So I'm not a really big fan of what Disney's doing to live action movies.
Right.
I don't like what they've done to Mulan or to Beauty and the Beast. There have been a few good ones. For example, well, this one here. So
I have not seen this one.
This one is a beautiful dress, and it has made it really iconic because it stayed more or less true to the original, which was a silver dress, actually. It was a silver dress, and it's just gorgeous. It was very well designed. So and it enhances the beauty of Cinderella, of the female autonomy. It just enhances everything. It could probably be a little bit uncomfortable.
I was looking at her waistline and I'm like, can she look at that face? Can she even breathe? Like, her eyelids are drying out because she can't even blink.
All those layers on the bottom are so hot.
Yes,
so
it's true. But I follow a few fashion designers, very, very young people, who take these iconic dresses and create their own, as in they make them. And they give you like the tutorials and stuff like that. And to see it live, it's just so exciting. It's so beautiful.
It almost like has like the bottom, like the shimmer, like what is it, unicorn skin or holographic or something like that. It's
very iridescent.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One of those fancy words for shiny.
The thing is this. Why is it so important? And I'm gonna the other dress that I have in comparison is like, okay, I'm gonna compare two Disney dresses, a good one and a bad one. In my perspective, remember, this is completely this is my opinion.
She's wrong. No,
dresses. The dresses have to be good for the movie to really enhance.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a good dress, the movie does. It just doesn't shine like it should.
Well, I mean, it's a princess movie too, and iconic princesses, they're waiting for that moment when she walks down the staircase, out of the garden, out of the carriage, and there's this flowing dress. And it's usually the ball gown dress. She's not usually wearing a mermaid. She's not usually wearing the, what is it called? Imperial or whatever it's called. It's something that just flashes in your face.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I thought, this is so beautiful. It's so well done. And,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you for giving me this dress and this movie.
I haven't seen the movie yet. So
I
it's
haven't
funny
seen
that
the
it's
whole
funny.
thing either.
Oh my gosh. No, it's a
Sorry,
very good
Maria.
movie. That's okay. I mean, I haven't seen Avatar yet, and I still have it in my computer.
The scream. Oh! That was great.
I may have overreacted. I apologize. Like, it's been, what, 14 years or whatever? Like, this is one of the best movies ever, in my opinion. Everybody can say what they want to say. It's a fantastic movie, okay? I can't wait for the next one to come out.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, I will say, I don't think that this movie needed a sequel at all, but I'm looking forward to seeing what is entailed.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyway, that's something. So yeah, that is a beautiful dress, and you're right. I would say that they didn't go over the top with this dress, so that it does, because Cinderella's dress in the cartoon it's very elegant, very simple.
Yes.
They didn't put a bunch of swirlies all over it. There's not lace coming out the wazoo. It's just, it's just underneath where it's supposed to be. And she did have the puff sleeves. So being able to bring that kind of dress into the current era, because puff sleeves, let's just be real, nobody's going to be thinking, nobody's going to be Anne of Green Gables and be like, oh my gosh, puff sleeves.
Puff sleeves.
Oh my gosh. No, off the shoulder, very elegant, very, very pretty. I like that.
Yes.
Very nice. So, Megan, you're next. Now, really quickly, you are currently, or you used to be, a model?
Yeah. So I used to do a lot up in Canada, and then when I moved down to the States, I haven't done as much.
Okay, so you've got like the inside scoop, so you can tell us and be like, "Girl, no, let me tell you, you just got the bullets in that."
I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff, and you're just like, no, I wouldn't wear that.
Okay, all right. So, Megan's off. Look, you two are so fancy. I don't have any pictures. I failed.
So I love this dress. This is from the movie Atonement, which is a drama, and it's very actually kind of a sad movie. But I love it because it's so bright. I love the color. Green is one of my favorites. And this one, when they made the dress, like I was doing some research on it, and there's a lot about the underlying themes of the movie are like jealousy.
Oh.
Yes. And so in this scene, when she's wearing this dress, she has a little sister who walks in on her and the governess's son. And the sister doesn't understand what she sees, which
playing Monopoly, obviously.
Nice. Okay.
And so they were just kissing. Okay, this is in the 1930s.
Right. Well, playing Monopoly, I understand.
Sister got really jealous and made up a big story about the governess's son. And anyways, horrible things happened to him. And in the scene, she was wearing this dress, this green dress, which is, I think it's really beautiful. It's so there's like, I love the sash, but it's lower, and it's not in the 1930s. Like, they didn't have spaghetti straps. Okay, so they weren't being exact to that time period that they were trying to represent in the movie.
Take some creative liberty.
Yeah, they took some creative liberty, but they did have a lower waistline happening then.
Right.
And they did do lower backs on dresses as well. So, I don't know. I felt like the liberty of spaghetti straps, I was like, okay, that's acceptable. I don't think it I don't think it makes like the movie, like it doesn't, I don't think it ruins the movie or the scene or anything. Yeah.
And you have to be a big stickler.
Right. Yes.
Yes, I can see that. Yeah, absolutely.
I always look at costumes, and if it's something I would want to wear, then it's it's on my best.
Oh, okay. So you're not looking at the dresses in the Hunger Games like Effie with the butterflies and be like, girl, yes, on a Friday night.
That would be something like, okay, for Halloween. But like, there's the Halloween, there's the cosplay, and then there's the like, into a ball. What am I gonna wear?
Exactly. That's interesting that you bring up Halloween and cosplay. What would you say makes the difference? Halloween costume and cosplay.
I feel like a Halloween costume. I feel like, okay, cosplay. people take months,
Mhm.
like on their cosplay. It's something they'll build. It's more something you build yourself. Like the most impressive cosplay to me is the ones. This is again personal opinion. I don't cosplay. Somebody can correct me. when they've taken something from a movie and they've made it themselves, and they put a little something of themselves in it. It's an exact replica, or it's not, but it's more of that handmade time put into it. Whereas Halloween costumes, for the most part, we tend to just kind of
throw something on,
throw something together. I can be completely wrong.
No, you're right. I think cosplay, if you oh, I'm sure. Put your hand down. I'm talking. And okay, we might say the same thing. I was just gonna say, like, cosplay to me, it almost seems like, because I know there's some people that take Halloween seriously as well, but like cosplay, like Megan said, takes months to do. But if you look at the costumes at like a comic convention, and then you look at even people at a Halloween costume party, it's like there's such an attention to detail that even if you handmade your costume for Halloween, it's almost like when you go to Comic-Con, because a lot of people that cosplay, they get photos professionally taken. They do go to a lot of these conventions. It's almost like you are displaying your artwork. Whereas at a Halloween party, it's like you're dressing up for fun. And like there's a lot more detail and sometimes mechanics that go into cosplay. What, Maria, you had your hand up. How can we help you today? Would you like some fries with that?
Actually, I would, and some poutine for that. Yeah, I know. It's good. So anyway, here's the thing. This is what I think. It's like Halloween. It's like sort of more like a fun thing, and it's like really witty because you could do like for example, I found once Black Eyed Peas costume. So the guy or the girl would just circle around with black eyes and then put a bunch of peas all over the place. So Black Eyed Peas, or a serial killer. Serial killer is like a bunch of cereal boxes with knives all over the place. So it's like you have serial killer. So it's a lot of, like you said, it's a lot of fun. Whereas cosplay, they take it a lot more serious, and it does have to do more like from pop culture.
This is true.
So you have your anime cosplays, you have your movie cosplays, you have your comic cosplays, and like you said, you put a lot more detail into the costume than Halloween.
Right, you don't see too many hot cheerleaders at comic conventions.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or dead cheerleaders.
Or
zombie cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So you don't see that. You can, but you won't. You'll see Star Troopers. You'll see Imperial Guards, or you'll see Sailor Moon.
Right. You're right.
You'll see some pretty clever things. I mean, I once, this is like was really a little bit gross, but it was Sailor Freddie Mercury. So it's a guy posing like Sailor Moon, but he was Freddie Mercury. So it was a kind of
they
a
do
game
get
with
pretty
words.
creative with the crossovers there.
So that would be my take between Halloween and cosplay. Now, I just came from a country where Halloween it's not like really that big, not at least like it's here or in the States, where everybody, it's like culture, it's part of the culture, right? Over there, it's kind of fun. You see people, sporadically asking for stuff, but there's a lot of different things.
I like that, sporadically asking for stuff. You're like, hey, you gotta need like toilet paper? Do you have any like granola bars? I could really use a cup of sugar.
And I am so excited to use my cosplays for Halloween. I'm really excited for this October 31st.
I bet you are. I've never done Halloween, but sounds like
we've done it for fun. So
yeah, whatever. I do like dressing up. I think I've done it one time. I don't ever. But anyway, so before we get on to our next batch of costumes, which is so funny because it's like we've done a lot of like women and dresses and stuff like that. Hopefully the guys don't get bored. I do have some on my list that are dude related, so stick around.
Yes,
but I wanted to say hello to some of the folks out there. Of course, Uncle Mike, and we've got Inside the Booth, because Dan loves the costumes there. And we've got Paul Bustle, I want to say, is it pronounced? Megan made fun of me today on Twitter, and I had to watch.
Megan!
The nerve. She looks so sweet, but you know. And then we have
careful.
Ryan that says, I have to have a diverse selection on Friday. That's right.
It's true.
He has to have the
He
women
does
on there. You know.
And he did have a girls section once, and it was like,
that's right. He just abandoned us, and we had to talk.
Yeah. He was like, "Where are you going?"
They're like, "Oh, we're just gonna give the ladies their time to shine." So we just start talking. It's been like a half an hour, and like, all right, it was a good conversation. And we've got Kaylee D. Hey, Kaylee. Everybody smash the like button, everybody. And we've got Freeze Peach Gaming. I want to say Freezy Peachy Gaming. It just kind of rolls off. I don't know why. But hello. And then Inside the Booth asks, are we missing someone? Yes, we are missing one of the panels tonight. They had a family emergency, but they're in our hearts, and we hope that they're doing well. And Mrs. R2, the Icky, the one and only, says hello, ladies, girls night. Absolutely. Soul Assassin says evening, ladies and chat. And Halloween costumes are bought at stores. Cosplay is material bought from stores and made into something awesome. That is, it's a easy, very simple and easy definition for sure. One of the most memorable cosplays I've seen was a guy who had the Mad Max outfit down to almost the minute detail. Wow. And Paul says cosplay has more thought in it and means more to the wearer than a Halloween costume. Exactly. There's a story behind it. Chat, I'm just curious to know, as we go along with the costumes here, we're about to go into our next ones. You know, what are some of your favorite costumes that you think just make the movie or the TV show? I'm open to TV shows as well. Because there are some TV shows that have really just like gone all out. I didn't list it tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and say I didn't list it tonight because I talked about it before and I don't want it to get old. But like Once Upon a Time, oh my gosh. The costumes for Once Upon a Time, just like amazing.
Nice.
Especially Regina and Snow White. Like, wow. But anyway, so, but again, sure, if anybody's in the chat and they're new here, we're talking about costumes, the best and worst that Hollywood has had to offer to us. And so we've already talked about, Princess Leia. We talked about Wonder Woman. We talked about Cinderella. And then we just got done talking. What was it, the name of yours? I haven't seen that.
Atonement.
A beautiful green, like satin dress there. Somebody says Sailor Moon Stormtrooper.
That's weird.
It's Chewy 713 or 71.
Hey,
however
Chewy.
you say that. It says, hey, this is my first time seeing this content. Houston, Texas is in the house. Well, thank you for being with us. It's Chewy. We're doing girls' night tonight. Normally on Inside the Booth, we do movie reviews, Rumble reviews, and inner reviews with different people. But tonight, it's just the ladies. Not just for the ladies, but it's just the ladies. Somebody said, I bet Tabitha can paint scary stuff for Halloween. Well, I did on my own personal channel paint Jason Versi. Well, I don't know what he's. Jason, the dude with the machete.
Jason,
with Justin Proper. That was pretty fun. And then we've got my mom in the house saying hello.
Hello, Mom.
And it's Tim Possible. It's Tim. So, and Mrs. R2 agrees. I love the costumes from Once Upon a Time. Oh, Xena. Nice.
Yes, Xena. Xena
had a great costume. I think she'd be up there with Wonder Woman. It was pretty. You know, also have to consider Gal Gadot is a much skinnier woman. Lucy Lawless, woo, she like Gina Carano. She is like trim thick. Like what a beautiful, just like, awesome. But anyway, so I would have to say for my next one, it is yet another woman. That will change. Don't worry, guys. But
oh man, okay.
I'm the same too. It's okay.
So I want to mix it up. Maybe I should mix this up. Maybe I should make my. Nah, we'll go with it. It's got to be one of the most, I think, iconic. I'm going classic, old school television here. Cleopatra and the golden. Cleopatra and the golden, like winged dress. If you guys have not seen Elizabeth Taylor as Cleopatra, what are you doing? Like, I'd even give you permission to turn this stream off right now and go spend 3 hours of your life watching her and Rex Harrison play a very memorable role in Cleopatra. Oh my gosh, that was a great time for Hollywood, because like the
Yes.
murals that they painted and the costumes and the makeup, you know, wow. And she had some pretty amazing costumes in that film, but
Yeah.
wow. I mean, that was just a spectacular outfit. The headdress and everything. And of course, she making that grand appearance on, was it a Sphinx, while she's got like 57, you know, slaves like dragging her through the city as she's making her announcement. I am here. I am like thunder. I am a lion. Hear me roar. Like that was just like an amazing outfit. You know, it really did showcase for the movie Cleopatra's arrogance, her confidence, her sexuality, and her wealth. You know, it really displayed who she was as a woman, of what our understanding of who she was at the time. Elizabeth Taylor just flawlessly. I mean, we don't know exactly how Cleopatra behaved herself. We can't say that she was the perfect Cleopatra because we don't know. But from what we understand, and just from an entertainment standpoint, I think that's probably my favorite Elizabeth Taylor film. And that scene, like I said, it just sticks in my head so much. That was amazing. Tim asks who I am supposed to be. I'm Tabitha, Tim. We don't know each other. This is my Christmas outfit. Like, it's just a shirt, guys. Like, it's just a blouse. But it's nothing. I've got jeans on underneath.
Just dressing up.
So it just for me, like I said, number 2 of top like favorite, you know, make or break kind of things, like costumes, got to be Elizabeth Taylor and the golden winged.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Well, my second one is already being shared. I'm gonna wait for Tabitha.
I gotta ask really quickly: has anybody else seen that movie?
Like so long ago.
Oh,
I haven't seen it, but I do know the costumes. I do know the costumes.
That's amazing. All right, so I'm on to Maria.
Where this is my second favorite costume. I have to say, I went for the guy. I just love Jack Sparrow.
Hey, there should be a captain in front of that.
Captain Jack Sparrow. I just love the whole feeling of Captain Jack Sparrow's costume is amazing. It's just full of detail.
Yeah.
All the way from the dress and the headdress and the cap and you know, and the hat, all the way to the boots. It's an amazing costume. And actually, this was going to be, if I was staying back in Peru, this was going to be my Christmas present that I was going to ask for this year, my Jack Sparrow cosplay.
Oh.
But, well, you never know.
Jack Willen Sparrow?
Yes. I guess everything has a meaning. Just everything has a meaning in this. You have the compass, you know, obviously you have the two belts. You have 2 belts and one up here, and like the banderas, the scarves, the I don't know. It's just gorgeous.
Bone thing in his hair. I've always tried to figure that out. Like, what?
Yeah,
is that?
Yeah. It's like kind of a bone, you know. I think it's just iconic.
Now, is this from a specific movie?
No. Just directly, like all the Jack Sparrow's. Captain Jack Sparrow's costumes are my favorite. You know,
because his hair changes later on, like it's bleached or something like that, and you know, he does have like extra makeup, and they do, I think, something different with his beard hair or something like that, don't they? Or tattoos or something on his cheek. I can't remember.
But still, you know, and even though in one of the movies he does come out as like a younger Jack Sparrow. It's still awesome how they do it, how they design the costume of the whole thing. So yes, very cool.
Yeah, I have to say, honestly, that was kind of on my list too. I'm just like, Pirates of the Caribbean. They did such a magnificent job with like Captain Barbossa. Everybody's outfits. You know, even down to, you know, the little nobodies. Just great. You know, even Calypso and all this kind of stuff. It was just like, wow. from start to finish.
Yes.
These movies.
Yes.
I will say, like the last one, there was, I don't like to talk about that one so much, but the costumes are still on point. But yeah, you're right. I mean, just overall, the movie costumes and props and everything, very, very nice. Yes, good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's me. Whoops.
Give yourself a break there. That's all.
I was like just enjoying, and I'm like, oh, I'm next.
Right. So let me go ahead and bring up your next one here. One of your favorite, or at least most iconic. Is it the same one? Oh.
No, sorry.
No. You gotta stop sharing.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, stop sharing. Okay. There's too many people sharing in this world.
It's sharing is caring.
Here we go.
Not anymore, apparently, according to me.
Okay,
Yeah, she's like, you gotta stop. But here we go.
So I love Audrey Hepburn.
She was on the list.
Oh my gosh.
too.
Yeah, she's on my list.
But it was
My
Breakfast
Fair
at
Lady.
Tiffany's.
My Fair Lady, like every costume in My Fair Lady. Let's be honest.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
She never wore the same thing twice.
Yes.
It was all about the costumes. And they
Mm-hmm.
did such a good job, like from the beginning where she's just wearing, rags and she's a mess, to this is like on the end scenes.
Yes.
Ugh. Just the progression of costumes. Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh, how did I not think of My Fair? I did, like I said, I did think of my Breakfast.
I did think of My Fair Lady.
That black dress.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that one's
very
a
notable.
very
I mean, that
iconic.
is iconic.
Gorgeous.
But yeah, oh, My Fair Lady with that big hat and everything. But this one's gorgeous.
But I love this one here.
Yeah.
This
It's so
dress is
simple. And yet very, very elegant.
Yes.
And it's not even like tight, and it's like not, a lot of
It's
elegant
not
dresses
revealing.
they like very close fitting. This one is not, but it's still so gorgeous.
Yes.
Is this one of those times where they say it's not the dress that makes the woman, it's the woman that makes the dress? And I think that would be the case with this,
And
Whereas,
like everything, the jewelry and
well, it all really closes on the face. Like the tiara is framed up here with the necklace, so you're right here because you almost you don't have one spot to, like, if she would just had just the necklace, no tiara, you'd probably be staring more at the necklace. If she just had the tiara, you'd stare at that. But because there's two, your eye immediately goes down to here, like in between, and brilliantly done.
Yes. Well, she has a very similar dress in War and Peace, and yeah, and
have you seen that?
I have seen most of almost all Audrey Hepburns. What about you, Megan?
Most of them. I own as many of them as I can possibly find because I just love her.
Yes.
Yeah, such a gorgeous
She's
woman.
so elegant.
Yes.
I love her in Charade with Cary Grant. Absolutely.
Oh,
hilarious.
that's such a good one.
It's a good
I love her in Sabrina.
Oh,
I haven't
She was
seen
so
that.
sweet. That was
Paul
so
says,
sweet.
fun fact, I've met the writer of the song Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh.
R2 says it looks like you all should be drinking this. I have coffee and I have it in a fancy.
Oh, I like that. I like that mug.
That's cute.
Love it.
I love it too because it's all
So
beauty.
Yeah,
Well,
I definitely wear this one too, for sure.
you took mine. So
Did I?
Mine.
You were gonna have this dress later.
I
on
was
this
I was gonna have the Breakfast at Tiffany's one. So, but I'm gonna change it because I have I have like 20 dresses.
Oh, I don't have. Tabitha has the Breakfast at Tiffany's one.
No, I don't have that. I just saying I have dozens of favorite costumes, and trying to have to list just 3 was
That's okay.
really hard. So, well, that was excellent, man. How did I not think of that dress? Like I said, I thought of the other one. It's so fun how I love. That's what I wanted to see. It's like how many we got similar, because last time with cringe manly movies and even villains, a lot of us had the same kind of circle for a couple of them. Thus far, none of us have had a crossover just yet. So I'm curious to see. So my last in my top favorite or most iconic costumes, and this is going to be way different from everything we've just done, is got to be the costumes from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise, the live action movie. The turtle.
Oh, the
costumes.
90s ones.
The 90s ones.
Wow.
They were just so good. And the fact that the actors, like, this is before all the CGI stuff. And don't get me wrong, CGI is beautiful and magical and all of its wonderment. But it's taking away from practical effects and that realism. Even though they're trying so hard to make it real, you know, it's just not the same. We know that cars don't just float in the ether, you know, like in Fast and the Furious, and dinosaurs don't do whatever they're doing these days. You know, they're all doing their thing. So to see somebody have to put on this suit, have the animatronic head on top, right, and still do all these ninja moves in this suit. Yeah, the movies were kind of cheesy. As a kid, you didn't know that. You know, you get older, you start seeing things. But I was just like, I love those costumes. As far as like bulky, non-human costumes go, that has got to be one of my favorites because it looks so good. It looks almost real just because it is real, if you will. It's a real costume. It's real prosthetics and stuff. It's a real, like an actual, not, you know, computer generated costume that they had to work with. And people love those movies. They love those characters, and those costumes really make the movie, you know. Without it, you know, we've seen that, you know, they've made new movies since then of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and however you might feel about them, they're not the same. It's just another CGI movie, right? That's kind of how I feel we're going with all of our films now. It's like, yeah, it looks really good, but it's just another CGI. They just made it on computer again. And not diminishing from digital, you know, artists. I understand that there's a craft to be honed in there, but there's just something about being able to see, if you will, a human or a turtle, an actual turtle, an actual ninja turtle. That's what those movies gave us. Actual ninja turtles.
I wonder, as an actor, if it's a lot easier to have that some sort of a costume versus just CGI and be wearing whatever those suits are, you know?
Oh, with the little gray bars and the balls and things like that. Yeah, you know, you have to have such a far out imagination, I would think, to try to act in this generation of green screen. I was seeing some behind the scenes footage of Stranger Things, and I'm like, these kids have to like scream and pretend that they're terrified, and it's like, how hard does that have to be?
Look at the tennis ball.
It is hard.
Monster, like,
right, and they've got the little tennis ball and be like, scream at this, act terrified, you know, like.
No, well, I remember Benedict Cumberbatch, that he did Smog, right? Bye, Peach. He did Smog, and he actually acted like Smog, and he like. So just crawling around.
Wasn't that amazing? The facial expressions. So cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has such a gorgeous voice. Oh,
of course he does.
Voice.
Oh, maybe that should be the next girls' night. Top voices and least favorite voice.
Do it.
I have some other ideas, but we might get to that one. We might make that a Christmas girls' night this time for the girls. Sorry. Well, there's some women out there that have some pretty amazing voices, but that's a whole other thing. That is a good question though, Megan. Like, is it harder for actors to really get into character more than it was back in the day?
I think it was.
Watch behind the scenes of films, and a lot of the actors, they talk about their costume, like in Lord of the Rings, and like Johnny Depp with his costume, and they're like, as soon as I put it on, I'm in character.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Versus,
I believe it's hard.
Benedict Cumberbatch, for the example, having to put on a blue or green suit or gray suit with little dots all over his face and not feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Especially the first time you ever do something like that. Or even in the Avatar movie, you know, they had the little fake ears on top of their head and they had all the little cameras shining in their faces. And you've got to really break a barrier to get comfortable with doing something like that, I would think.
Agreed.
R2 says, quick, get Megan some tea.
I just drank my tea.
See, there you go, R2. All right, so that was mine. My last
third one
for my favorite. Yeah.
All right, so you got, because I now have a very, very big honorable mention now that you did the Ninja Turtles, but I'm gonna go with my third one, and it has to be this gorgeous dress of Galadriel.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned that in the chat.
Yes. So Galadriel is probably one of my favorites. Her and obviously Arwen. Both dresses, elfic dresses in general are just so gorgeous. They're so beautiful.
I want to clarify. Peter Jackson's elf costume.
Yes. Agreed.
Hashtag respect the lore. Anyway, continue.
Bravo! Bravo! So it's simple, yet it's like heavenly, because elves were thought to be like the fair folk, like the ones that are in heaven, basically, you know.
Right.
They're compared to there were angelic beings. So this dress of Galadriel really shines out. It's majestic. It really shows her strength, but at the same time, this purity of the elves. It portrays her character very, very well. So I just fell in love with her and Arwen, but I'm just gonna show Galadriel's beautiful.
Because like Eowyn and Arwen, they all have similar sleeves because that was like the Celtic kind of style, like that. But there's something about Galadriel's dress. Maybe it's the person, but I think even if you would stick Arwen in there, it's not.
She would still look beautiful.
She would look, of course. I think you could put Dan in there and he'd look great, but maybe not. But got you, Dan. But there's something. I want to mention that. R2, get on it. There is something. You're right about this particular dress. I don't know if it's the beadwork, because we were talking about like in contrast with the Cinderella dress. It's, if you will, it's just the dress. I mean, we know it's more than just the dress, but there's not a lot of beadwork and everything. This has a brooch. This has a belt. This has lace to it, and again the beadwork. And it's like, but somehow it's still simple. And I think that's because, possibly because it's white. So there's not like a bunch of distractions everywhere.
But it's not just that white. It's like pearlish, and it glows. Well, maybe it's not that. I mean, that could be just camera also.
Right. There was some fuzziness in there to really help with the glow that they would shine on top of her for sure. But you're right. I mean, like I have a Galadriel doll sitting on my shelf that I've had since the movie came out. This is old. It's old.
This is Kate Blanchett, right? This is Kate.
Yes,
no,
Kate
not Kate
Blanchett.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett.
So I get what you're going, and yes, any other person that wasn't Kate Blanchett would probably it would have a different feel.
Yeah.
Wearing the dress, but it's just beautifully designed.
Like this is another one of those things again, they have that saying, is it the lady that makes the dress that makes the ladies? I'm going to ask you ladies that question. What do you think? Does this dress make Kate Blanchett's character shine, or do you think she makes this dress what it is?
I think it's complementary. You can't change. It's like interchangeable. You can't. I mean, Kate Blanchett has a specific figure. And that you have to take that. I mean, I can't imagine Lucy Lawless in a dress like this.
It's just not the same. You're not accentuating in weird places, right?
No.
This is just a woman in a beautiful dress. It's not like they were trying to, boost things up, smooth things out. Right?
No, but it's still, but she's still very, very feminine. I mean, you wouldn't say this is like a sensual woman. This is a beautiful, gorgeous woman.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't look like she's going to lead the armies of Gil-galad, but that's anyway.
But yeah,
that is a good one. And I was just saying, like with my doll, that was one reason I wanted to have that doll. Honestly, I just wanted to be able to stare at that dress whenever I wanted to.
Nice.
I have this.
Nice.
It is. I was actually, when I was younger, I'm like, I want to get married in that dress. Now I'm like, those sleeves, I'd be tripping all over the place, man. Like,
maybe you can have a wedding dress inspired by.
Oh, right.
Well, we'll have to let God decide. So Megan, what is your last favorite, most iconic dress.
Okay, so I was like, there was a lot of dresses, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and go with a guy.
Nice.
And I have this thing for men in suits. Okay.
Don't we all? Girl.
And
Maria's like, it has to be the right suit, right?
It has to be the right suit.
Oh.
And this one is like, okay, you know, you think of suits like black, there's like black tie and there's like that very straight and everything's all tight. But I really love it when a guy kind of gets casual with the suit. You know?
Because he looks like money when he's like that.
Yeah. Like, really cool and casual.
Right.
And
he doesn't look like he's trying to impress anybody because he already has everything he could ever want.
Yeah, this is from the romantic comedy Crazy Stupid Love, and I haven't seen it in forever, but I was like, I remember liking the suit, and I like that there's the color. You know, it's not black suit. It
is a beautiful color.
Yeah,
exactly. It's different.
It is different. It really stands out.
Sorry, Drew says I hear some gals have a thing for men that are patriotic. You know it.
You know it. You know it, Drew.
Patriotic men are the most.
Yeah.
Bar none. But when you put a patriotic man in a suit over here, like my man over here, then you just like just might as well put the stream, you know. Like.
So I had to get a guy up there, and men in suits.
Okay,
good. Come back.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now
I'm gonna
kind of reverse this. Do you think it's the suit that makes the guy, or the guy that makes the suit? We're gonna gender swap right here.
Honestly, if you see a guy in an ill-fitted suit, like he can be the best-looking dude or whatever, but if the suit doesn't fit right or he looks uncomfortable in it, like, you know, your clothes help give you confidence or more confidence.
Right.
It's true.
This is very true. Clothing is important, and of course we can see that in cinema. You know, we have just gone over our favorites and why we've listed them. We've seen some people in the chat, you know, agree with us, and we've also, you know, we all are like, oh my gosh, that's right, look at that dress, and it does. There are just some outfits that really make the character. Maybe they don't make the movie. There might be some that do make the movie, but like of course, like Iron Man. I mean, it's not much of a movie without the costume, but
or Robert. Downey Jr.
Downey Jr. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like without the Iron Man suit, without that actual costume.
Oh no, of course not. It's not Iron Man.
It's not exactly the same. It's just man. So and we get plenty of that elsewhere. So, but so now we're moving on to our least favorite costumes, and this is going to be hard because. Now I find that my favorite costumes outweigh my least favorite costumes. But I'll go first, and I tried to make sure that I didn't just do new stuff. I wanted to try to go back in time, which is why I mentioned, you know, Princess Leia, Cleopatra, TMNT, and all this kind of stuff. So, but I'm gonna move forward a little bit. The latest Thor costume for Thor: Love and Thunder. Has anybody else seen that?
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, you don't even have to see it to see the costume. It's in the trailer when he goes up against Natalie Portman or She-Thor or whatever they're calling her, Lady Thor, Mighty Thor, whatever she's called. I like Lady Thor. I'm okay with that, but apparently we're not allowed to say that. But there's a compliment here.
Oh, look at that!
My producer says the most wonderful things about you. LOL.
Aww.
So now it's like, was that sweet? Or like, what did they say? Like that LOL.
I'm gonna take it as sweet.
Now I'm like, what's happening?
But I have to go with that. It's so. He looks like a plastic toy. He looks like a transformer, like one of the old like 80s Transformers. Like all I could think about was he was like a golden, like amplified Optimus Prime. And I don't like that. The other Thor costumes, especially in the first one. And I didn't mind Ragnarok's costume so much. Like, I really liked those. I thought they looked great. Again, like Maria was saying, complimentary to the character. This was just so gimmicky. And then they CGI'd this weird, like, again, this, like, robotic transformer helmet on him. And I'm like, Why? Yes, there you go, Soul Assassin. You're right. Thor's costume looked like Rainbow Bright puked on his armor. Yes, if you would take like it just the colors were so vibrant in a weird way. And then just like they had those metal circular things. I'm not sure what those were. It wasn't really like a breastplate. Like it was on the breastplate, but he almost looked like because they had so many of them. They even had that I think in the previous movie. It just kind of made him look like a female cow. Like it just I'm just going to leave it like that. You guys know where I'm going with that. And I just don't understand. You have, look, there are a lot of attractive men in the world, and some of the most amazing ones look like Chris Hemsworth. Why would you do that? Why? Why, Disney? Why would you do that to Chris? Chris deserves better than that, okay?
He deserves a lot better. I recently saw the first one because I never really got through most MCU movies. So for our After the Weekend Shorts movie reviews or movie recommendations, I saw Thor, the first one, and I thought it was really good.
Yes.
I thought it was
Thor
really
is one of my
good.
favorite, is probably my, between him and Captain America, honestly, but Thor is probably my favorite Avenger. And so to see them put him in, like, I mean, I'm not even going to go off on what they did with his character, just strictly going to go with his costume.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were, because I know that as they were introducing him to the Guardians of the Galaxy, it was, it was a lot more colorful, was a lot more vibrant and stuff like that. But I don't know if they were trying to maybe downplay, make him look a little more obnoxious in light of Natalie Portman's character so that she looked more amplified. I don't know if that's the case or not. But, Soul Assassin says Disney, Marvel really angered Tabitha with that costume design. It did. Chris Hemsworth,
costume design is
attractive men in the world,
in the MCU. Yeah,
bigger than that, and but I mean, even if he all that, it seemed like a really strange concept that I don't understand, especially with the helmet. The helmet, when they put that on him, he just looked so dorky, and again, he looked like a Transformer Hasbro toy.
Ouch.
So that is one of my least favorite, and I think that really hurt that movie because costumes for superheroes are everything.
Yes,
everything.
They are.
Can you imagine Superman with a really bad, like kind of like what Megan's saying, like with an ill-fitted costume?
Yes.
Ouch.
Ouch.
But anyway, Megan, Maria, I can't wait.
Well, I have my first, icky, yucky dress that when I saw this, I was like, I can't believe they did this. So I just shared it there, and it is Hermione's Yule Ball dress.
Oh wow!
That was weird.
That dress. When I saw that, I thought it was just so horrible.
Wow!
I mean, I haven't seen Harry Potter in many years, and that dress keeps coming up and saying it's like so.
It's like haunting you.
Like it's ugly. Okay, it's not pretty. It's ugly. Sorry I mean.
Soul Assassin says it was a last-minute spell dress.
Yes, it was supposed like it. And you're talking to the best witch, and like in the entire Hogwarts, and she couldn't pull up a more beautiful dress. Now this is to
be fair, she spent most of her time in the books. She didn't care much about her appearance, so.
Well, she did because she got her teeth smaller.
That's true.
She was aware of her,
and she did have the spell for her hair. That's true. You're right. You're right. And you're right.
So now I'm guessing this is an idea from the actress Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Why? Because another dress. I'm not going to put it up because it pains me. I mean, I have it, but it's like there. The second dress that she uses was in Beauty and the Beast, and they butchered the dress, the iconic dress of Beauty and the Beast, like the animated film. That dress from the animated film, I have seen it in real life. I have seen designers do that dress, and it is gorgeous.
That may have also been one of my wedding dress desires too. Was Belle's
like the animated one, not the live action one, because the live action one also has like layers, and it's designed to pick up at one point so she can ride off, and like, don't give me that. Give me the dress. The dress that I have lived, you know, I was raised on that dress. Don't give me something else, you know?
Don't give me something. Like, she doesn't enunciate.
No. Don't
Maria's cheating.
else.
Maria's cheating. She's putting 2 dresses for one. Teacher.
It's the same actress. It's the same actress, so I can guess that. But the Yule Ball dress is worse than the Beauty and the Beast one.
Yeah.
When I saw the Beauty and the Beast one, I was so disappointed. I was.
The Yule Ball one, I think from the waist up, it looks fine. I think it's more the skirt part in and of itself.
Yes.
The weird choppy layers. Like if that would have been longer layers, I don't think we'd be having this discussion. But because it kind of looked like one of those, you know, tasseled lampshades.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even Cho Chang had a prettier dress.
And we don't even like her. She's like the
we don't even like her.
Trash.
Yeah. But she had a prettier dress than her.
I'm sorry to those people that like Cho. We don't like them here.
No, we don't. Honorable trash. All right, so there you go.
Deplorable trash.
Okay.
That was my first one. The first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So mine. Oh wait, I have to share it with you first. What am I doing? Sorry, I need to get with the program. It's not that hard.
Well, at least you ladies have dresses to show or outfits to show. I'm trying to. So Dan sent me a picture of R2 sent me a picture of Dan with Galadriel's dress. I'm trying to figure out how to share that because you ladies are like so much better at this than
R2, send it to me. Send it to me and I'll share it.
Send it to Maria, okay? R2, please. And so, Megan, is yours ready?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my God. That's good.
All right. Free Samsung Galaxy. Oh, okay. Oh,
Tim Burton's. Oh man.
This bothered me so much. Because it was so distracting.
Yes.
And I was like, why? Nipples.
Is that George Clooney's? Whose is that? Which one is that? It doesn't really matter because back then they all did it, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know why this. Why did they do this? Nobody cares about men.
I don't know why they did that.
No.
You're right. I don't know why they did that.
I don't know why.
What kind of phase was Hollywood? You know, this is perfect. This is a perfect example of what makes or breaks a franchise here. Everybody talks about how much they hate these bat suits because of this right here. And mind you, when they were getting dressed and zipped, why in the world did we also get a close-up of the buttocks? Like, that was just
right.
Weird. Like, what was that all about? Did you notice they did that in like every single one? Rogue, the reason that we are staring at this is because we're talking about the best and the worst costumes, and this is Megan's first worst costume. It bothers me too. Like,
it's distracting, and like literally the whole movie, I just kept when he was on screen. That's where my eyeline went.
Yeah, exactly. So he said apparently we have some inside information here. So it's supposed to be based costumes off of Roman Legion armor.
They had nipples.
Okay, but even still, it's distracting. Like, what is the point?
Yeah.
Like,
at least make it a little bit more discreet. I mean, not so poppy.
Well, it's not like it's the most powerful part on a man anyway. So it's like it doesn't enhance. It doesn't make a. I don't know. It's weird, man.
I don't know. Okay, so I have.
Yep.
I just. It's not. You're right. You're right. This is a perfect example of something that breaks and hurts, or rather, it hurts a franchise right here.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Yes. Okay, so I have. I'm just sharing right now. R2's.
All right, Rogue, get yourself ready. Ready for this? Here we go. There is Dan. You know, it doesn't look half bad. You know, when Dan's smiling, he looks good in anything. Dan's just a happy individual. And Dan, are you watching?
Beard really makes it.
Dan, I love Dan's face. Like, when he smiles, he does. He's just such a happy person. And this pose, he's like, I can just hear him. Hey. Dan is great. No, Dan, we're not making fun of you. We're having fun.
No,
You
we're
are
having
an
fun.
awesome host here. And you look
Oh,
great.
look, I'm in that. I look good in that. Yes,
He
you
says,
do.
"Oh man, look at you, do, Dan." Like, it's the smile. And I think this is one of those times where the man makes the dress.
Yes.
I never thought I would say that ever in my life. Okay, moving on to my second. Okay, least favorite. Oh man.
It's hard.
I have 4, and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to kick to the curb. All right, we just did Batman, so I'll just move on to something else. This was a different Batman, though. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Queen of Narnia from the live-action Chronicles of Narnia.
Okay.
Tilda Swinton is a great actress, but
Yes.
she ain't pretty, okay? I'm not trying to be mean here. She has a certain look about her. Yeah, she has a certain look about her that is not what you might call the most attractive woman in the world. Okay, I'm not saying she's necessarily ugly, but she has a certain look. I don't know how else to put it. But in this movie, they did not try to make her attractive at all. Okay? You can do a lot with makeup and hair and everything like that. They gave her dreadlocks. And in the book, it is very specific about how red her beautiful, luscious mouth was, okay? And then out comes Tilda Swinton, who looks like she hasn't seen the sun in 47 years. I don't know why. And she looks like she hasn't had any kind of iron or red meat at all. Like, her lips are, like, so pale. And her outfits were just kind of weird. You know, comparing her to a lot of other evil queens, you've got like Regina Mills, and then you've got the evil queen from Snow White and the Huntsman and things like that. Why in the world? I know this was a children's movie, but there were some non-adult things as far as like the battle scenes and stuff like that. I mean, you saw people get stabbed and stuff like that. So I don't know why they didn't make her beautiful. They could have. Again, you can do a lot with makeup. You know, I just know that a lot of roles that Tilda Swinton does, she's a very plain kind of gal. You know, to each their own. She's fantastic. I personally loved her in Doctor Strange, but that's neither here nor there. But as the evil queen or the ice queen, the Queen of Narnia, whatever you want to say, I was very upset. I remember the first time I watched that movie after having listened to the books, and I love listening to the Chronicles of Narnia. I've never actually read it. I listened to it. And she's supposed to be beautiful. Like, Edmund is just enamored by her. And then in this movie, it's like, okay. I don't understand why they went that direction, why they gave her dreadlocks, why they made the crown, the ice crown that they have, like, embedded in her dreadlocks. And then again, these weird, non-complimentary, non-beautiful... When you're queen, come on now. When you're queen, you get a certain look that goes with that. You want to, again, like we've been talking about, like even with Cleopatra, you're trying to exude power. You're trying to exude arrogance a little bit sometimes, you know, authority. I just hated that. It almost ruined the movie for me. So that would be my second. Like,
it's a good choice. I didn't even think of that.
Well, now you
Very
can't
good choice.
unthink it.
Yeah, I can't unthink it.
Next time you go watch it, and you'll notice, and you'll be like, Tabitha was great. I see your next costume.
God, it's so horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
He looks like he's wearing one of those suits that you put the little orange or gray bars and the balls and things like that on there. This is the Phantom?
This is the Phantom. 1990 something's Phantom.
I remember when this came out. Oh my god.
It's like they did not try that hard at all.
Yes, exactly.
They just put a belt on him and they were like, yes.
We've done it.
We've done it.
So
he would look like a character from Fruit of the Loom. Like, what is that? You know, like they decided to take the fruit and make them into superheroes. That's what he looks like.
He's the grape.
He doesn't look like a phantom.
He's the grape. Exactly. He's the grape. So this is the perfect example.
Careful.
What?
Careful what you say.
Don't do my guy. No. It's the outfit. I'm talking about the outfit. I'm not talking about the actor. Okay?
I think he's talking about the outfit. He said that's the outfit in the comics.
Exactly. No, but wait. This is exactly what you shouldn't do in a live action. The comics looks good. And this is what I was going to get to, Tom. But you didn't. I wasn't allowed to yet. So, so the thing is that to put into live action the woman staring.
No, that is not the look of, hey, I want to stare at that all day. That's the look of something wrong here.
There's something wrong here. So here's the thing. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do a superhero movie and a superhero costume, and like we said, superhero costumes have to be well done because it's also like it's their whole character. I mean, why put so much effort? You know, because you're going to portray, you're going to send a message to other people. You're going to send a message. So the Phantom in the comics is an amazing character. The thing is that when they took this to the live action, they just didn't do it well.
Some things do not translate well in a different medium. We've talked about that before. Just because it's in the books, like I do understand. Like I was just ranting and raving about how the Ice Queen was beautiful. It's in the books, but that can translate very well, very easily, very purposefully into cinema. And like you're saying, the costumes, like we talked about Wonder Woman, not everything just because it's in the comics doesn't mean it translates well on cinema, like in film. So, but apparently the dudes are on you, Maria, because they're like, I see that.
Well, I'm sorry. So here's the thing. Spider-Man, and I was going to put up, remember guys, this is my opinion, okay?
This is her opinion. Oh,
this is my opinion.
Let the woman talk. Here we go.
Please, this is my opinion. Okay? If you don't like it, I'm sorry. So the Spider-Man costume, if you look at it, even the Tobey Maguire's, we're talking about the 2000s, okay? Not even Tom Holland's. Like Tobey Maguire's costume, when he's Venom or when he is just Spider-Man, it's really well done.
Yeah.
Okay? They did it the right way. And it's not something like Batman, as in the detail in the material that is used. Okay, forget about the nipples. Okay, I'm talking about the costume because there are some good.
Believe me, I'm trying. We all are.
Okay, so I mean, I think that if they're going to do, for example, a superhero costume, they really have to put a lot of attention into the outfit. Yeah. Into the outfit. You just can't slap on something. And I personally
a generic onesie.
Yes, exactly. And the Spider-Man costume, yes. It was really well done. I mean, guys, go back and watch it. They put a lot of effort in that outfit. In this one, I just felt, remember, it's my opinion. I just felt that in this live action Phantom, it's just not. I felt like they just, slapped on something and painted over it. And
this almost looks like body art.
Yeah. And they could have done it so much better. You know, I'm not even talking about the movie. I don't even remember the movie. I have to go watch it again to see if I like it or not again. I don't remember because I saw it a really long time ago. And it's not like these memorable films. Okay. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying that it's good. I'm still like really neutral. But the costume, it's like, come on, we can put more effort, So
Rogue says the Phantom isn't based in the modern era. This is true. However, again, things don't translate well. If you think about the original Captain America with the little wings on the side of his helmet, it looks so cool in the comic books. Looks absolutely stupid.
Flash. Older Flash had wings on his his boots or shoes, and he wore like a World War II helmet for a bit. Yeah, like
it doesn't make sense to put it in it makes the man look silly in the real world. If they tried to put wings on the side of Captain America's head, it just doesn't look right. Same thing with Thor. Now what they did was that they modernized or they upgraded Thor. Like in Ragnarok, they did put wings on his helmet but they weren't like sticking out white wings. They were basically just going back like so, and then they were staggered gold, like to match the rest of his helmet. It was gold or silver to match the rest of his helmet. So it didn't stand out. It wasn't weird looking. So I think the same thing could be said with the Phantom's outfit. Rogue says, I see a lot of stitching in the details in the costume. It's not so much about the stitching, while that is important. It's about making sure it accentuates the right area. He is bland. He's just purple. And while, yes, we could see some stitch work and everything in there, there's nothing that really makes him look amazing. And I know that that might be the case in the comic books, but it doesn't translate onto film. That's a good one, Maria. He, you know, maybe it was a good movie, but it, you know, as far as costumes go, it can't, I really couldn't put it up there with Batman, Superman, all of these ones. Megan, what is your?
Okay, so mine is from a sci-fi, Fifth Element, and it's actually, I could not find a good image.
What is it? I'll try to find it for you.
I found it's Lilu's costume, and I have a clip from YouTube. But
if that's all you have, we can put it up there.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't know if it's like 15 seconds.
Yeah, that, or I mean, you can just like pause it on there, and we can.
Yeah, you can just pause it. What is it? Lilu's costume, like when she's already dressed, because she does wear some bands.
Yeah. Like, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Let's.
And if you just press the
Okay, so I have it here.
Okay.
And it's a full.
Mm.
It's the full one.
Oh, where she's just wearing the bands? Like she basically went to the dollar store, picked her up some white duct tape, and was like, you know, I don't feel like getting dressed today. How much lazier could I possibly get? This must be.
This outfit bothered me because I was like, they're like, these are thermal bandages. So when they made her and they put bandages on her, and then she breaks out of them.
Not this
and
one.
Then all of a
Not
sudden,
this one.
Not that one. The white bandages. Yeah.
The white bandages. Right.
She breaks out of these thermal bandages, and she's all of a sudden like she's in this like weird bandage bikini thingy, and I was like.
Was that her like medical costume, or was it actual outfit?
So what happened to putting her in like actual like a gown that they wear at a hospital or something?
Because it's the future, don't you remember? George said
there's no underwear in the future. In the scene, and I was like, "What?"
I haven't watched this movie. I watched like a little bit of the beginning, and I'm like, I don't understand. I'm a little bit bored. I'm just
It's super weird. I watched it in theater school. Like you watch a lot of weird movies when you're studying theater and acting and stuff.
I'm sure. They're like, this is creative. This is not.
Real bro. And you go, I would never choose to watch this myself, but okay.
Right. But here I am paying tuition, right? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but R2 has sent me a couple more.
Why am I there? I am not. Okay. Look at my face. I'm like, no, Dan. Look at my face. Oh my god. R2.
That's one. And then he did send something else. Just very quickly. Yeah, just stop sharing, and I'm gonna share the other one. Because he did send me let's see here.
But yeah, I can see where that's just kind of but that movie was made early 90s, 80s.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, know, they were definitely trying to experiment with things, geometric patterns, simplicity, retro kind of coloring. And so
that's just the one that bothered me.
And let's just be real. They were trying to take a hot Mila Jovovich and be like, how could we amplify?
Yes, exactly. More time.
Yes, here is exactly.
Here it is. Okay.
Yeah. Now, the first one is a little bit, they were trying to bring back, that nostalgia. The second one was to make him a little bit more warrior realistic looking. So I appreciate that. He didn't have the little tiny white wings on the sides there. So apparently the Phantom is a movie that all the men in the chat are really like.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying
I know, right? I don't know if the guys are able to what is that when they put one thought in one box in the brain? How's it go?
But the boxes cannot touch. The boxes
Right, the boxes cannot touch.
Oh, the boxes cannot touch. Yes.
So right, so we apparently can't I can't get this word right. Compartmentalize.
Yeah, no, I can't say it.
I can't get that word. I can normally say it. Apparently, we can't do that this evening. But okay. So my last one before we go on to a couple of really quick honorable mentions, which this one will go by really quickly, is Maria has already mentioned them. Her was the dress from Beauty and the Beast live action. Such a disappointment. It's a pretty dress, but it is not up to par of where it needed to be, especially when you compare it to Cinderella's dress. This dress was just a very expensive summer dress.
Yes.
Right?
Agreed.
This was not a ball gown dress. This was not take my breath away. No, this was not that kind of a dress. I appreciate that it was beautiful and that it was modest and whatever, because of course it was, it's a family friendly movie and stuff like that. But there was too much modern stuff with it too. Like the necklace, the earpieces that were not, it looked like she looked like she had a golden earbud in her ear because she wasn't actually wearing earrings. They went into her ear canal and then circled around her ear, and then she had the matching.
Kind of like, what are they called? These are called,
cuffs.
They have a name. Cuffs. There you go.
Yeah, cuffs. No, it didn't. It basically it did. It literally looked like this, but it had the piece that goes behind the ear in gold. It's not an actual earring. And so Rogue says, is it the dress or the actress that made it look good? No, I think Emma Watson is an attractive young woman.
I don't like her.
I'm not saying she's my favorite person. I think she's a great actress. I do like her sense of spirit, but she's kind of wonky on some things in my opinion. But I mean, she makes a great Belle in the respect of she's basically Hermione all over again, but she doesn't make a great ballroom Belle, if I might put it that way. And I know you need the same actress for both, but she would not have been my first choice for Belle. As far as attitude goes, I kind of like, again, the whole, she liked to read books. She was very different, she was very confident in who she was as a young woman trying to get out of the town, but she would not have been my first choice for Belle. That is for sure. But I do think it was the dress. I do think it was the dress that makes this all fall short, not the actress, because the dress, I just looked at it and it just looked like towels laying on top of each other. Like it just,
gauzy towels.
It had no wow factor.
No,
and like
exactly.
I said before, with Cinderella and every other print, we are waiting for that moment that girl comes down the staircase out of the,
the staircase scene is so important,
iconic. And she came down, and I'm like, that's it. That's it. Expensive summer dress. All right. But so that would be my third and final one where I'm like, this hurt the film because again, Disney princesses are all about the dress. This movie was absolutely not about the dress. And somehow we're supposed to be okay with that. I think this really hurt. It really hurt the film. So
yeah. Well, I have to disagree a little bit with Dreaming Tabitha. I don't like Emma Watson. I don't like how she acts, except in Hermione. I have seen her in several films. I have seen her in the Ark. Wait a second. When it was this biblical film with Russell Crowe.
Oh, Noah! Oh my God!
Yes,
that was horrible film.
I saw her in Noah. I saw her in Ballet Slippers. I've seen her in. I haven't seen her in Beauty and the Beast, just like clips. And I do not like her. I do not like her acting. I do not like her attitude. I just like her in Hermione because she did such a good job, and that's it. Period. That's like all. Yeah,
she's not my favorite actress, to be sure.
No.
Please, give me my girl Sandy B any day. Okay.
I love. I mean, I have a lot of people who just love Emma Watson. I do not like her. I do not like her acting at all. But anyway, but that's me. So my third one, and this is for gosh, I didn't even see the film, but I have to say I have already
This is the dress that we wanted, people. I'm just going to point out. This is the dress that we wanted.
That's the one. That's the one. So if you can share the screen that I have there. Birds of Prey.
Huh.
Oh.
Birds of
Alright.
Prey.
It's like a dark Austin Powers movie.
It's like exactly.
It's like girls at Halloween when they try to just be.
Yes, this is
There
not
you have
cosplay.
it.
This is Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
There you have it. This is Halloween. Okay, this is not cosplay. This is not a costume.
Mhm.
It's like, what are you doing? I mean, you want a strong woman, you know, kick-ass thing, and it's like, hey, and you give me
they
this.
look like they shopped in Blanche's closet from the Golden Girls. Some of them.
So it's like so sad.
Yeah.
It's like so sad. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't even want to get into it. I just like I saw this like, ew.
I haven't seen the movie, but yeah,
I haven't seen the movie.
I can't say that looks impressive to me. It just looks like a bunch of, you know, people in extravagant colors walking down the sidewalk. So. All right, Megan. Well, what is your third?
I apologize in advance.
What do you have for us? Oh,
if you
God.
if you say The Little Mermaid, you are no longer welcome here.
No.
Okay. All right. Continue. Carry on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh, Maria. Watch out. Watch out,
What are you
Maria.
gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Okay. This is a children's movie. Okay. I never saw it as a child, but if I did, I'd be traumatized. Why does it? What?
Yes.
Okay, there's a certain
should
part.
have
Yes,
been
but
there should have been a kilt for sure.
Yeah.
yes.
The pants need to be different. This is another form of distracting.
Look, Maria's got to leave.
She had to go.
So bad.
I'm
She had to
sorry.
grab the Kleenex. You're right. You're right. No, okay. So if it wouldn't be for Down South, what do you think of the rest of the costume?
I feel like they got it right on the top half.
And then they were like, you know, we just don't have any money
Let's
in
just
the
put him in
budget
some
anymore.
leggings. Whatever, we're done. And I was like, what happened to the costume? Like, did you forget? It looks like they forgot half of it, and he's just wearing his long johns. You know?
You're right. You know, as I got older, because I did watch this as a child, and I didn't really pay attention to stuff. And R2. Oh, bless. Yeah, you know, this is such an 80s kind of vibe here, and then they just quit.
Yes.
They just quit. And I don't know what that's all about.
You can still put him in tight-fitting pants, but not...
You know, some black, like, or burgundy leather pants.
Right? That would have looked so good with this. But this is literally long johns.
Yeah. You know, as I got older, I'm like, what? Why? This is not good.
They just forgot to dress him, and no.
Anyway. Well, I can understand it. Like, yeah, I understand that. But the
choice of costume or the lack thereof.
Like from the waist down, lack of.
Yes, it's like they gave up.
But the part from up. I mean, it's the 80s also, but from the waist
it's David
up,
Bowie also. I didn't mean that as like a complimentary way, although he did. We talked. Okay, wasn't he on our villains list?
Yes,
villains
he was.
that we hate to love.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are not good people, but we just cannot get away from them somehow. And like Maria over here, she had like hearts flying out of her eyes. It was, hey, Polly, it's the Latino.
Hey, Polly.
You're catching us talking about this guy right here.
Oh, gosh. I get what you're saying, and yes, I do agree with you in that sense. Yes.
It's just they get the top part of the costume. I feel like it works, and then the bottom half they put him in long johns, and we're like, we're done.
Yeah. I mean, they paid such attention to his hair.
Yes.
Certainly paid attention to his eye makeup, and the top part. And then you're right; they just kind of like, we don't have any more money, so we want to focus on the Muppets, right? So I could totally totally see that. Oh my gosh, we have had some very interesting ones here. So in our last little bit here, we're going to do some honorable mentions, and we're a little bit over time. So I think it's going to be really hard here. But if you can spout them off like a rap song, we can do like 3 honorable mentions. I'm going to do good honorable mentions for things that costumes that I liked. I think that did well. I'm going to go with Darth Vader. Because, like, man, you just see that silhouette and you're already just like, okay.
You know it. You know
what I'm saying. And then I have to go with Darth Maul.
Oh, good one.
That was good.
He was hard not to put on my top part of the list because, like, when he makes that scene, when the doors open up, and I mean, it's just when he takes off that cowl, like, there's such an air of mystery, and then it was just like he took that thing off and added as like. Wow.
Fate of the Duels.
He is one of my favorite moments from that movie, and honestly, one of my favorite Sith. Just even though I don't know much about him, and I prefer to keep it that way. What an impactful moment with everything that they did with him. It was fantastic. And then one last one. People might disagree, and maybe it's the man that makes the suit, but I'm just gonna go with Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
Okay.
I'm just not going to talk about it. Paulie's here, and he kind of had the big eyes when we talked about things like this last time. So I'm just going to leave it there and be like, I thought he was mighty fun. Anyway, so and quickly for my honorable mentions for I did not like. Oh, the men are going to come after me, but I did not like Batfleck. I do not like number one Ben Affleck as Batman. But as far as that goes, I do not like the costume for Ben Affleck's Batman. He's too much of a tank. I like my Batman lean, muscular and lean. I do not like them where they can't make their arms meet their sides and they don't have a neck, and I just can't deal with it. And these tiny bat ears, what in the freak is that? I can't do it. I don't like it. So there we go. My honorable mentions. Okay. Maria, you go.
Bravo. Okay, so my first honorable mention is actually, it's the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, because it is a costume, actually. In the first season, they had an actor inside the Demogorgon. Right. And afterwards, in the 4th season, obviously, it was all CGI. I mean,
they got more money.
Demogorgon. Yeah, well, they did do. I mean, I did like the costume for Vecna in the 4th season. I enjoyed the 4th season. It was amazing. But it felt like Red Skull, but in gray. So it's like the Demogorgon was was my first honorable mention. The second one, even though I've never seen it, I think it's an amazing piece of work. It's Mad Max. Okay. Okay. Because of
the old one or the new one?
The old one. Okay. I personally, So all the features of Mad Max is they give off something that is like really dark and dank and everything, So even though it's not a movie that I would enjoy watching personally. I do have to say that amazing costume designs from there. And my third honorable mention was going to be the Audrey Hepburn Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, that was
Yeah, how can you not mention it? It was so hard to listen. And I just quickly want to address R2 and all the men in the chat. Look, I understand that there is a reason why Batfleck looks the way he does. I do not like it. I don't care if it was in the comic books, the video games. I don't care if your grandma secretly created this costume. I don't like it. I don't like a hulking.
I have to agree. I have to agree with Tabitha in this sense. I do not like Ben Affleck's Batman costume.
Like suit at all.
It's just that it's just too bulky.
Too much. Yeah.
It's just too bulky.
Too much. Megan, what are your honorable mentions?
Okay, so it was Breakfast at Tiffany's, but I also in Greece, Sandy.
Oh yes, sorry, I forgot. Yeah.
He was iconic. I will say, my mom said she used to have a pair of pants that. She's like, she looked up to that girl because she was
with the black pink ladies.
Yes.
Oh man,
love it.
She's so beautiful.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I have just one tiny.
Careful. R2's grandma secretly did create that costume.
Oh. It's Catwoman. Like the
Oh.
1989, the Michelle Pfeiffer one.
Oh yeah, she was gonna be on my list too, and I'm like, nah, I got other chicks to dig. I'm gonna, I'll leave her.
Who
out.
did
sorry.
Honestly, I
did
thought if
Catwoman?
Dani, I figured if Dani was here, she probably was gonna.
I just love Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman costume. It is so perfect. And the one that the Batman one, it's like, no.
What actress?
Oh gosh, I don't
Zoe
even remember.
Kravitz?
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah,
do
the
like-
mask is weird. It's so she's got all the rest of the money for the rest of the outfit, but for
Yeah.
her iconic hat, she's gonna just have to get something from Bass Pro Shops and cut a hole on it.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry,
Rogue
but,
says more blasphemous talk from it's girls' night. So Megan, what else? Do you have any other?
I didn't have any others. No, sorry.
Okay, well,
great.
with that
All right.
being said, ladies, so what I'm going to do really quickly, we have bonus questions. All right, last little bit for bonus questions. I don't even prep these ladies for bonus questions. I like it to be right random, right off the top of your head. Although I do give you a couple of seconds to think about it. Justin says, ladies' night is the best. It absolutely is. Until Dan, gets here and we talk about movies. But he's like, wait, don't end. I just got here. Well, sorry, Justin. We don't make the rules. But anyway, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to give you your bonus question, give you some time to think, and then talk to the folks in the chat. So out of the costumes in cinema, it can be TV shows, it can be movies, okay? If you could wear a costume for a day, a costume you would just love to wear for a day, what would it be? I'm going to give you ladies some time to think. I'm going to put you backstage for just a second here. So thank you, everybody who has stayed around to hang out with us for Girls' Night. Girls' Night, not just for the ladies. We saw a lot of guys talking to us, and we can't wait to hear what these ladies have to say with that question. If you have a favorite costume that you would love to wear to work, wear to school, heck, even get married in if you could, if your fiance would let you, what costume would you love to wear for a day? And for anybody that is unfamiliar with Inside the Booth, we do a lot of movie reviews here. We just love film. And sometimes we don't. There are some that we just don't, but we like to talk about it. And so you can catch us live every Sunday and Tuesday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can also check out our website at InsideTheBoothTV.com for more information about the cast and the crew here at Inside the Booth, because it's not just me. We've got Matthew, we've got David, we've got Dan. It's always so great. And at the end of every month, we have a review night, Better Than the View, where we get a bunch of other panelists, other nerds, and we get together and talk about anything and everything that we want to. And be free to look at our merch store. Description box is full of all kinds of links where you can learn more about us and about the ladies that have been on the panel tonight. Find us on Twitter, find us on YouTube. This is going to be great. I cannot wait. Let me really quickly, I see somebody says Avatar's costume. My Avatar's costume from Firefly. Dan apparently has worn costumes to work, I guess, already many times. He is a man of costumes. Yes, yes, yes. But let me bring our ladies back on here and we get them back to where you were. So I'm going to go in reverse order this time. Megan, we're going to start with you. If you could wear a costume, would love to wear any costume for a day, what would it be?
Okay, so I was thinking about this, and like, if it's just a normal day, like my everyday day, I would want to wear Sandy's. Because I feel like that would be just like a huge confidence boost.
You mean the black outfit with the off the shoulders? And,
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
But like, if we're gonna have if it's like an evening of just like a fancy evening, I'm gonna go with my green gown from Atonement.
And by the way, it doesn't have to be any of the costumes listed this evening. Like it
can
like
those. I listed those because I'm in love with them.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I want to give you lots of wiggle room here. Okay. All right, Maria. I can't wait to hear it. If she says David Bowie, I'm gonna laugh.
It's just that it was really hard for me to choose because because dresses are really uncomfortable. They're really uncomfortable. So it's like I would love to wear the Cinderella dress. But to think that I would have to go a day with that dress.
We're not talking practicality, Maria. Forget that.
Okay.
We're not talking practicality. It feels like warm fleece up against you.
Okay. Well, actually, I did go for a. It's just that I love Erwin. I love her dress. I love everything about her. So I did. I wanted to choose this one here. And that is the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's her
Yes.
riding
So
outfit.
it's comfortable. It's practical. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would love to go that. And if it was an evening dress, I'm so sorry. I have to do this. I'm sorry.
There's too many costumes.
It's just too many. I love
Stick with the
these
rules,
things.
Maria. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay.
Please do this. And if it was an evening dress, I would have to go with this one here. There.
Oh.
Oh man, I just love the sleeves, and it's just an amazing dress.
The sleeves are beautiful. We said we weren't talking practicality, but we know, like, those sleeves, I wouldn't be able to get anything done. I'd be like,
There's so much food.
I mean, this is already bad enough. Let me just be real. This is already bad enough. Okay.
I have a few sleeves myself, so.
If anybody knows me, I'm very much an advocate for modesty and everything like that, but, and to each their own and whatnot. But there is one outfit, like, I don't really want to say it, and I'm glad I don't have a picture of it. It's not that bad, but, like, I'm making it sound 10 times worse. But if you've ever seen, and this is why I will never wear this outfit, around, maybe at home, but then it's kind of a waste. But anyway, if you've ever seen John Carter of Mars, I would go with Princess Deja Thoris outfit. She's really pretty. She's very attractive. And I'm not going to show it, Maria. I don't need to give the people ideas. Like, I'm not doing it.
I got to see it. I have no idea. Okay, got it. Okay.
Like, it's just so cool with the body paint and everything. And I'm like,
what is it called? I need to see this myself now.
John Carter of Mars, Deja Thoris. It's one of my favorite adventure books. But she just looks so pretty, like she does. And I'm like, that outfit looks very comfortable and very pretty at the same time.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yes, I don't see you in that.
No, I would never wear that. Never wear that. But I'm just like, there are two sides to Tabitha for sure. That's why I was like, should I even say this? I don't need to tell people. But it's just like, it was one of the outfits between that, and like maybe Darth Vader's. But, I'd already mentioned him. So it's like one or the other. Right? But I was just like, what a neat outfit. Like, I think it's neat for the movie anyway. But anyway, we'll get away from that because I'll be blushing otherwise. But R2, you better keep your hand off the mic. No.
Oh boy.
That is not a request. Please, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, do not do that. But anyway, so that was Girls' Night. Very interesting costumes. I love it. We talked a lot about our favorites, our not so favorites, and exactly, Jacob.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. By the movies, not by the books.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, so I want to say thank you, ladies, for coming on. Megan, it was great to have you here for the first time. And again, her channel is in the description box. She does comic book reviews. She is a noob to comics and things like that. To everything, apparently. Life and the existence of it. And it's just, glad that you were able to come. Hope you had fun.
No, it was awesome. I loved this. This is such a good idea.
And hopefully we'll be able to have you back in the future when we do other girls' nights. And then, of course, Maria has been a pretty regular on this channel for Girls' Night. I just can't get away from it. Every time we have Girls' Night, it's like, man, Maria, I think she'd really like this episode. I do plan on having new people. We'll get rid of Maria eventually, but until then, we'll keep her around as long as we possibly can. And I feel really bad about my costume choice. I'm like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I should have been like, Cara Dune. Yeah, we'll go with that. Which I would wear that too, but I don't have the legs for that. But so anyway,
no. R2, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. No,
please do not do it.
Oh, and Justin says, do not fire Maria. Thank you, Justin.
No, well, she's volunteer, so you can't really fire her. So girls' night, for those that are interested, girls' night we do about every 2 or so months. It's not every week, it's not every month, but that's why it's extra special. And we hope that you always come back for girls' night. If you enjoy what we do here and you want to be notified of when girls' night comes up next, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you get notified of every little thing that we do here on Inside the Booth. And we get things ready and prepped over here. And thank you again, ladies, for being here. It was fantastic. Hope that you have a great rest of the evening. Thank you, chat, for being here, and we'll catch you Sunday at 9 p.m. for our next episode.
Have a good night. Try not to ogle my caboose as I walk away.